Listen, I have been in the entertainment business for 17 cycles, right? 17. And in all that time, producing shows across 4 different galaxies, I have never seen anything quite as catastrophically stupid as what I am about to tell you. But here we are. My name is Zix'kal. I have got 4 arms, 3 stomachs, and approximately 0 remaining shreds of sanity, thanks to what happened on Torment-9. So, let me set the scene for you. It is production day for the Galactic Broadcasting Network's newest show, Ultimate Survivor Challenge, and I am standing in the briefing hangar of the GBN station, sweating through my thermal regulator, which by the way should not be possible for a Quilnorian. We do not sweat, except apparently when we are about to send 12 sentient beings to their probable deaths for entertainment purposes. The hangar is massive, gleaming, packed with enough emergency equipment to evacuate a small moon. We have got medical pods lined up against the east wall, glowing that soft blue color that says "Do not worry, we can reattach most limbs." We have got extraction shuttles on standby, their engines humming with that low expensive purr that screams your insurance premiums are about to skyrocket. And we have got a camera crew 20 strong checking angles and lighting like this is some kind of awards ceremony and not a potential mass casualty event. The contestants are huddled in their species-specific climate zones, and let me tell you, they look terrified. Rightfully so. We are talking about Torment-9 here, Class 12 Deathworld. For those of you not familiar with the classification system, Class 1 is a pleasant meadow, and Class 12 is everything here wants you dead, including the air. The Galactic Safety Council had to sign off on this with like 47 different waivers. There is Krita, the Krelian warrior, all chitinous armor and clicking mandibles, doing breathing exercises that sound like maracas in a thunderstorm. The Thalarian representative Gorth, this massive furry predator from an ice moon, is literally shaking, and that guy has fangs the size of my forearm. We have got contestants from Belos 7, from the Singing Rings, from New Caliston, all of them looking like they are about to throw up their last meal. And they should be scared. These people have been training for months. We are talking survival boot camps, environmental resistance conditioning, poison identification courses, the works. The network spared no expense. This is premium content, people. High stakes, real danger, maximum drama. My assistant Jorvix, this twitchy little guy with eye stalks, sidles up to me with his datapad. "Mr. Zix'kal," he says, voice quivering, "all contestants accounted for except the human." "Where is the human?" I snap, checking my chronometer. We are 12 minutes from launch, and I have got sponsors breathing down my neck tubes. He sent a message saying he stopped for breakfast? I feel my left eye twitch, my left eye. The good one. He stopped. For breakfast. Before his survival challenge. Apparently, sir. And that is when I hear it. The hangar door hisses open, and in walks this creature, bipedal, averagely tall, maybe 1.8 meters, wearing some kind of synthetic pants in a blue color and a shirt with words on it that say Earth, third rock from the sun. We have beer, and he is eating, actively eating, this cylindrical thing wrapped in foil, stuffing it into his face hole while walking. Sorry, the human calls out, waving the food cylinder at us. Traffic was insane, and I had not eaten since like 6, so I grabbed a breakfast burrito. You guys want some? I got extra salsa packets. This is Jake Morrison, human, from Earth, a planet I had to look up on the database because I had never heard of it. Turns out, Earth is also a Class 12 death world, but that fun fact had not quite registered with me yet. I skitter over on my 6 legs, trying to maintain some professional dignity. "Mr. Morrison, you are late, we have a schedule, there are protocols." Right, my bad," he says, still chewing. "So what is the deal? Survivor thing? Yeah. Drop us on a planet, see who lasts longest." "It is not a game, Mr. Morrison." I am trying not to screech, but my voice is going up an octave. Torment-9 is a Class 12 death world. The atmospheric pressure alone can rupture unprotected organs. There are predators with neurotoxins, plants that explode. Jake finishes his burrito, crumples the foil into a tiny ball, and tosses it into a nearby recycling port with disturbing accuracy. Okay, but like, is there Wi-Fi? I blink all 3 of my primary eyes. What? No, why would there be? It is a death world. Huh. He scratches his head. And I notice his appendages only have 5 digits. How does he even function? Cool. So no internet. That is fine. Sounds like camping, honestly. Camping. This creature just compared a Class 12 survival challenge to what recreational activity? Mr. Morrison, I say slowly, carefully, because I am starting to suspect this human might have a cognitive disorder. Do you understand the parameters of this challenge? 72 hours. No equipment. Hostile environment. Statistically, you have a 34% chance of surviving the first day. He is looking around the hangar now, apparently bored with my explanation. Where is the bathroom? So I should probably go before we launch. Jorvix points with a trembling eye stalk toward the facility's corridor, and Jake wanders off, whistling, like he is going to a social gathering or something. I turn to my medical officer, a very competent Soltorian named Zix'kal, who has been quietly monitoring the contestants' vital signs. Tell me, I say, gripping her shoulder with 2 of my 4 hands, tell me the human is on some kind of calming medication. She checks her scanner, her scales rippling with what I recognize as confusion. No, sir. His cortisol levels are, well, they are actually lower than baseline. He is more relaxed now than he was when he arrived. More relaxed? He is about to be dropped onto a planet designed to kill him. Yes, sir. I am aware. His biometrics make no sense. Jake returns from the facilities, wiping his hands on his pants. All right, he announces cheerfully. Let us do this thing. Oh, quick question. How cold does it get at night? Should I have brought a jacket? You are not bringing anything. I am definitely screeching now. That is the point. No equipment. Survival skills only. Right. So just the clothes I am wearing. Got it. He looks down at himself, shrugs. Yeah, I will be fine. The other contestants are staring at him now. Krita's mandibles have stopped clicking. Gorth has stopped shaking. They are all just staring at this bizarre creature who apparently does not understand the concept of danger. I pull up the holographic display showing Torment-9, rotating sphere, angry red continents, purple oceans that are definitely not water, storm systems the size of moons. This, I say, gesturing dramatically, is where you will spend the next 72 hours. If you are in mortal danger, activate your emergency beacon. We will extract you. If you survive the full duration, you win. I pause for effect, though statistically none of you will. Cool, says Jake. Just cool. That is it. The Thularian faints. So the drop pods launch, right? 12 sleek aerodynamic coffins. Deployment vessels, streaking through Torment-9's atmosphere like very expensive shooting stars. I am standing in the control center, surrounded by monitors, each one showing a first-person camera feed from a contestant's neural link. My 4 hands are gripping the console so hard, I think I might be leaving permanent dent marks. All pods entering troposphere, announces Jorvix, his eye stalks glued to the readouts. Descent profiles nominal, landing zone dispersal at 12 kilometers radius. Good, I mutter though. Nothing about this feels good. My primary stomach is doing backflips. Medical teams on standby. All 6 extraction shuttles ready, sir, confirms Zix'kal, her scales shifting to a nervous yellow-green. Though honestly, I am expecting we will need all of them within the hour. She is not wrong. The pods hit the surface with 12 distinct heads that register on the seismic sensors. For exactly 45 seconds there is silence. 12 camera feeds showing 12 different flavors of hostile jungle. Trees with bark that looks like it is breathing. Vines thick as my torso, coiling and uncoiling on their own. The air itself shimmers with heat and probably toxins. Then the beacons start going off. Contestant 7. Belosian delegate. Emergency extraction requested. Jorvix is practically shouting. She has not even left the pod. She looked outside and said no. Scramble Team 3. I order, watching the Belosian's vitals spike into panic territory. Get her out of there. Contestant 7's feed goes dark as the extraction shuttle locks on. Okay, fine. 11 contestants remaining. We can work with 11. The network will understand. Probably. Maybe. I am going to get so many angry messages. But wait, it gets better. Contestant 4. Emergency beacon. Another screen flashes red. It is one of the Singing Ring natives. This crystalline, wait, no. I mean this glassy-looking being who apparently just discovered that Torment-9's atmospheric humidity makes their resonating chambers fill with moisture. They are effectively drowning in air. Team 5. Go, go, go. 8 minutes in. 2 down. Contestant 11 the Krelian. Speed up beacon activated. Jorvik sounds like he is about to cry. Oh no, she touched a plant. I watch Krita's feed with mounting horror as her armored hand starts smoking where it made contact with what looks like a completely innocent fern. Except, surprise. The fern secretes acid that can melt through Krelian chitin in under 30 seconds. Her mandibles are clicking in distress, that awful sound like bones breaking, and then her feed cuts as the medical team swoops in. 12 minutes. 3 contestants down. This is a disaster, I moan, slumping over the console. An absolute complete total disaster. The sponsors are going to murder me. Do you know how much we spent on promotion, on marketing? Sir, Zix'kal says quietly. Contestant 9, Gorth the Thalarian. His core temperature is spiking. He is built for sub-zero environments. It is 41 degrees Celsius down there. I watch Gorth's feed as the massive predator, this creature who could probably tear me into 4 separate Zix'kals without breaking a sweat, just collapses under a tree, panting, overheating. His vitals are going haywire. Extract him. Now. 30 minutes in. 4 down. 8 remaining. I am going through all the stages of grief simultaneously. Denial. Anger. Bargaining with deities I do not even believe in. Depression is kicking in hard. And wait. No, not acceptance. I refuse to accept this. Status on the remaining contestants. I croak. Jorvik scrolls through the feeds. Contestant 2 is hiding in their pod. Contestant 6 is attempting to build a shelter, but keeps dropping the materials because the local insects are biting them. Contestant 8 is, oh wow, Contestant 8 is crying, just full-on crying. And Contestant 1, the human Jake, he is what? I practically lunge at the screen showing Jake's feed. He is singing, sir. I stare at the monitor. Jake Morrison, human from Earth, is crouched next to a small pile of wood, striking 2 rocks together, creating sparks, and humming something that sounds like auditory chaos. Off-key does not even begin to describe it. It is like someone is strangling a Valentian songbird. Is he making fire? I whisper. It appears so, sir. With rocks. Just rocks he found. The sparks catch. Actual flames bloom from the tinder. Jake leans back on his heels, looking genuinely pleased with himself, and starts singing louder. Something about a highway and going my way. And I think my translator is malfunctioning because none of this makes sense. Send the drones, I order. Close observation. I need to see what this creature is doing. 3 micro-drones detach from the monitoring satellite, silent as death, and position themselves around Jake's location. The feeds come in crystal clear, and what I see makes my brain hurt. The human is thriving. That is the only word for it. While aliens who trained for months are activating panic beacons left and right, this guy is casually walking around the jungle like he is shopping for groceries. He stops at a plant with broad leaves, breaks one off, sniffs it, and nods to himself. Not poisonous, he mutters. Probably. Smells like the stuff Grandpa showed me at the cabin. Grandpa? Cabin? What is he talking about? Jake collects leaves, roots, even some kind of fungus growing on a tree. He brings everything back to his fire, arranges them in neat piles. Then, he starts building a shelter. Just grabs some branches, some vines, and weaves them together like he has done this 1,000 times. Which, okay, maybe he has, but still. 20 minutes. He builds a functional shelter in 20 minutes. It has a slanted roof for rain, it has walls, it has a doorway. How? Zix'kal breathes, her scanner trained on Jake's biometrics. His heart rate is barely elevated. He has not been injured, not even a scratch. Meanwhile, Contestant 6 just activated their beacon because a meter-long centipede crawled near them. I watch that extraction with a sort of numb acceptance. 5 down, 7 remaining. Jake, on the other hand, is now boiling water. He has created a depression in a rock, filled it with water from a nearby stream that is definitely contaminated, and is dropping in heated stones from his fire to purify it. It is actually working. Where did he learn this? I am pulling at my sensory tendrils in frustration. It's if answering my question. Jake starts talking to himself. Humans do that, apparently. Okay, perimeter alarm. Just like Dad taught me. Tie some vines here, attach these seed pods that rattle. Anything big comes through, I will hear it. He sets up a primitive early warning system using forest debris. In 15 minutes, while humming that AWFL song. Contestant 3, beacon activated. Jorvix reports, sounding dead inside, encountered a tree snake, non-venomous. But they did not know that. 6 down, 6 remaining. Night falls on Torment-9, and it falls hard. The temperature drops to near freezing. Bioluminescent predators start prowling. The jungle becomes this nightmare symphony of sounds that would make a horror film sound designer weep with joy. And then that same centipede, the one that scared off Contestant 6, comes undulating through Jake's camp perimeter. I lean forward, hands hovering over the emergency extraction override. This thing is huge, segments glistening with moisture, pincers dripping with who knows what toxins. Jake looks up from his fire. Oh hey there, buddy. Buddy? He called it buddy? You are pretty big, huh? Yeah, you are. Look at you. Let us call you Larry. Larry the Centipede. You do not want to be here, Larry. Trust me. Fire is hot, and you do not like hot things. Do you? No, you do not. So let us just… There we go. He herds it, with a stick. Just gently redirects this killing machine away from his camp like he is guiding a lost pet. Larry the Centipede, apparently deciding this weird bipedal thing is not worth the effort, scuttles off into the darkness. Did he just? I cannot even finish the sentence. He nicknamed the apex arthropod predator, and convinced it to leave. Zix'kal confirms, her voice hollow. I have no explanation. Jake yawns, stretches his arms over his head, and settles into his shelter. Within 5 minutes his vital signs indicate he is asleep. Deep sleep. Restful sleep. The kind of sleep I have not had since this project started. In the control center, none of us sleep. We just watch. Unwatch and watch. And watch this human casually survive what is killing everyone else. By morning 2 more contestants have extracted. Heat exhaustion. Dehydration. General terror. 4 aliens remaining, and 1 very content human who wakes up, stretches, and says to nobody in particular, "Man, I slept great. Best camping trip ever. I need a drink. Several drinks. Do we have drinks that can erase memories? Because I would like to forget the last 12 hours, please and thank you." Day 2 dawns on Torment-9, and I am still in the control center because, fun fact, I have not left. I have been here for 28 straight hours, consuming stimulant beverages that taste like regret and watching my career implode in real time. 4 contestants remain, while 3 aliens and 1 human who seems to think he is on vacation. Jorvix stumbles over with another datapad, his eye stalks drooping. Sir, meteorology is tracking a massive storm system. Class 7 hurricane equivalent. It will hit the continent in approximately 4 hours. I feel something inside me break. Just snap, like a dry twig. Of course there is a storm. Of course. Why would there not be a storm? This is perfect. Sir, we should probably initiate full evacuation. Protocol 17 subsection. I know what Protocol 17 says, Jorvix. I am standing now, all 4 arms gesticulating wildly. It says when atmospheric conditions threaten contestant survival we pull them out. But we only have 4 left. 4 out of 12. This show is already a complete failure. Zix'kal places a calming appendage on my shoulder. Sir, your circulatory pressure is dangerously elevated. Perhaps you should. I should what? Relax? Relax? I have sponsors screaming at me, the network executives are in emergency meetings, and our only successful contestant is a human who treats a Deathworld like a recreational park. The storm system shows up on satellite imagery, and it is massive. Spiral arms stretching across half the continent, wind speeds that could tear reinforced structures apart, lightning density that looks like someone is having a rave in the clouds. Attention all remaining contestants. My broadcast through the emergency channel. Severe weather approaching. Recommend immediate extraction. This is not mandatory, but strongly advised. Contestant 10. A brave Felnorian, who has somehow lasted this long, immediately hits their beacon. Nope, they shout. Not doing this. I have a family. Smart. Very smart. Contestant 5 waits exactly 12 more minutes before the wind starts picking up, sees a tree bend at a 45-degree angle, and also activates extraction. I train for survival, they mutter. Not suicide. Also smart. That leaves contestant 12, a very determined Qualaxian who has been hiding in a cave system and is apparently too stubborn to quit. And Jake. Obviously Jake. My communicator chirps. It is the executive producer Tikresh. A Voltarian, with too much money, and not enough sense. Zix'kal. What is happening? Why are contestants leaving? There is a hurricane. I scream into the comm. A hurricane. Tikresh. We need to scrub the rest of the challenge, extract everyone, cut our losses. Are you insane? Tikresh's voice goes up several octaves. Do you have any idea what the humans' live feed numbers are right now? 47 million concurrent viewers, across 200 systems. People are obsessed with watching this creature do whatever it is he does. I pull up the viewing statistics and my jaw drops. He is right. The numbers are insane. Apparently the entire galaxy has stopped to watch Jake Morrison go camping. Keep filming. Tikresh orders. I do not care if you have to send the drones into the storm. Keep filming. The human. The comm cuts off. I look at Jorvix. Jorvix looks at me. Vix'kal just shakes her head slowly. Okay. I say weakly. Okay. Reinforced drones storm rated. Let us see what the human does when the sky tries to murder him. The storm hits like the fist of an angry god. Wind speeds instantly jump to 140 kilometers per hour. Rain comes down in sheets so thick the drone's visual sensors barely penetrate. Lightning strikes every 7 seconds, turning the jungle into a strobing nightmare. And Jake? Jake is working. I watch, mouth hanging open, as this human reinforces his shelter with additional branches, weaving them into the existing structure. He digs trenches, around the perimeter to redirect water flow. He secures his fire pit with rocks. He even creates a small awning to keep the rain off his sleeping area. Is he whistling? Jorvix asks, incredulous. He is. The human is whistling while preparing for a catastrophic weather event. The tune is different this time, something about singing in the rain which my translator insists is accurate but makes no sense. The storm intensifies. A lightning bolt hits a tree maybe 50 meters from Jake's camp, splitting it down the middle with a crack that registers on the audio sensors as a physical assault. I flinch. Vix'kal flinches. Jorvik's eye stalks retract into his head. Jake looks up at the lightning, rain pouring down his face, and he smiles. Smiles. This is amazing, he shouts over the wind, apparently talking to himself again. Grandpa would have loved this. This is like that storm in Montana, but with better lightning. He is enjoying it, I whisper. He is enjoying nearly being electrocuted. My vision starts going fuzzy around the edges. My primary heart is beating too fast. My secondary heart has stopped, which is medically concerning. I feel my legs give out. Vix'kal, I mumble as I collapse. I require sedation. Already prepared, sir. She injects me with something that makes the world go soft and blurry. Just breathe, the human is fine. Somehow, the human is always fine. I wake up 6 hours later on a medical cot. The storm has passed. Contestant 12 extracted during the height of it when their cave started flooding. So it is just Jake now. Only Jake. One human. Alone on a Class 12 Deathworld. Day 3. Jorvix informs me, handing me a stimulant beverage. You have been unconscious for... I do not want to know. I interrupt. Just, show me the human. Is he still alive? The main monitor flickers to Jake's camp. He has emerged from his shelter, which is somehow intact, and is stretching like he just had a pleasant nap. His vital signs are perfect. Better than perfect. Better than mine, and I am on a space station with controlled environment and medical support. Okay, Jake says, rolling his shoulders. That was fun. Now let us see about breakfast. I think I saw some tubers that looked edible near that HFY. He freezes. All the drones zoom in simultaneously. Standing at the edge of the clearing is the apex predator of Torment-9, the thing we have been praying the contestants would never encounter. 6-legged, 3 meters tall at the shoulder, with a body like a bear and a face like a tiger. If tigers had fangs the length of my forearm and eyes that glowed in the low light. Extraction. I am on my feet slamming the emergency override. Get him out now. Sir, the shuttle needs 90 seconds to lock on. He does not have 90 seconds. The predator is massive, easily 400 kilograms of muscle, claws, and terrible life choices. It stares at Jake. Jake stares back. And then the human does something that makes my brain shut down. He takes a burning branch from his fire. He stands up, making himself as tall as possible, and he screams at it. Just full volume, primal screaming while waving the fire. Get out of here. Jake bellows. Go on. Get. This is my camp. My camp. You do not want this, trust me. It is already enormous. I shriek at the monitor. You do not need to look bigger, it is a giant murder machine. The predator tilts its head. All 6 legs shift, claws digging into the soil. It could pounce. It should pounce. Every hunting instinct should be telling it that this small, soft creature is food. But then something changes in its eyes. Some calculation happens. Some ancient predator math that weighs effort versus reward, danger versus dinner. When it leaves, just turns around and walks away. Walks away. Jake watches it go, fire branch still raised, until it disappears into the jungle. Then he lowers the branch, lets out a long breath, and turns back to his camp. Well, he says, that got the heart pumping. Anyway, where was I? Right, breakfast. He goes back to his fire, where he has several items roasting on sticks that look disturbingly like kebabs. He rotates them carefully, checks for doneness, and takes a bite. Not bad. Could use salt, but hey, beggars and choosers, right? I sit down heavily in my chair. I pull up the footage. I watch the predator encounter again, and again, and again. 12 times I watch it, trying to understand. He scared it off. Zix'kal says, reading over my shoulder. A human unarmed except for a burning stick, scared off the apex predator of a Class 12 Deathworld. How? I whisper. How? I have been analyzing his behavior patterns, she continues. And I think the predator recognized him as another predator, something too dangerous to fight, too unpredictable. But he is tiny. He has no claws, no fangs, no armor. No, Zix'kal agrees. But he has fire and confidence, and apparently that is enough. I watched Jake finish his breakfast humming that terrible song again, completely unbothered by his near-death experience. 47 million viewers just watched that encounter. The network executives are probably building a statue of this human as we speak, and I am reconsidering every life choice that led me to this moment. 72 hours. 3 full rotations of Torment-9. The challenge is over, and I am personally piloting the extraction shuttle down to retrieve Jake Morrison, because at this point, I need to understand this creature face to face. The shuttle settles into the clearing, repulsors kicking up dust and leaves, and I descend the ramp with Zix'kal and a full medical team, because protocol, you know, we are expecting injuries, malnutrition, psychological trauma, the usual aftermath of a Class 12 Deathworld experience. What we find instead makes me question reality itself. Jake has gained weight, somehow. His face is fuller, his vital signs are better than when he started, and he is standing in front of what can only be described as a 2-room house. Not a shelter. A house, with a main living area, and a separate sleeping section. There is furniture. Crude furniture, sure. But there are chairs made from woven vines and a table fashioned from a flat rock. He has fishing tools, these primitive hook and line contraptions arranged neatly by the river. He has a food storage area where he has been smoking meat, and he is holding, I am not making this up, a collection of rocks. Oh hey, Jake waves at us cheerfully. Perfect timing. I was just packing up. Check out these rocks I found. This one has like crystal formations inside. Is not that cool? And this one is weirdly magnetic. I want to show my nephew. You collected rocks? I stammer. Well, yeah. I mean, I had time. He scoops them into a makeshift bag he has woven from plant fibers. So are we doing this again next year? Because if we are, maybe pick a winter location. I have always wanted to try cold weather survival. My grandpa did Alaska a few times, said it was brutal. I cannot form words. My mouth is moving, but no sounds are coming out. Zix'kal steps in, scanner already running over Jake's biometrics. Mr. Morrison, you appear to be in excellent health. Better health than when you arrived, actually. How much have you been eating? Oh, tons. The river has these fish things, super easy to catch, and there were these tubers that taste kind of like potatoes. And the fungus I found cooks up pretty well. I have been eating like a king. He pats his stomach contentedly. Eating like a you, but the toxins. I finally find my voice. Everything on this planet is poisonous. Nah, not everything. You just have to know what to look for. Grandpa taught me. If it smells bitter, do not eat it. If the animals avoid it, you avoid it. Pretty basic stuff. Pretty basic stuff. I guide Jake onto the shuttle, his rock collection and all, and we lift off. During the flight back to the station, I cannot stop staring at him. He is looking out the viewport, watching Torment-9 shrink below us, and he actually looks nostalgic. Thanks for this, he says. Honestly, I really needed the break. Work has been super stressful lately. This was like therapeutic, you know. Therapeutic. The Class 12 Deathworld was therapeutic. Back on the station, we set up for the post-show interview in the main broadcasting studio. The cameras are rolling, 47 million viewers are still watching, and I am sitting across from this human trying to understand how he survived. So Jake, I begin, reading from my prepared questions. How did you survive a Class 12 Deathworld with zero equipment? He laughs, actually laughs. Well, it was not zero equipment. I had my shoes, my clothes, and honestly, that is more than Grandpa usually let me bring on our trips. I am sorry. What? Yeah, my grandpa. He is old school. Started taking me camping when I was 7. Every summer we would go out to the wilderness, just us, some basic supplies, and we would survive off the land for a week or two. Build shelters, catch food, avoid predators. You know, bonding time. My brain is trying to process this. Bonding time. Sure. I mean, there was this one trip in Montana. We had a grizzly bear come through camp. That was scary. And Colorado, the altitude was brutal, way less oxygen than here actually. Oh, and there were mountain lions in Utah. But Grandpa always said, if you respect nature and know what you are doing, you will be fine. I blink. All 3 eyes. Slowly, Jake, where are you from again? Earth, 3rd planet in the Sol system. Why? And Earth is, let me check the database here. Earth is also classified as a Class 12 Deathworld. Oh, is it? He seems genuinely surprised. Ta, I guess that makes sense. We have some pretty intense wildlife. Wait. I am gripping the armrests of my chair. You are telling me that you vacation on a Class 12 Deathworld. That you call Deathworld survival camping. That this is recreational for you. I mean, yeah, we call it going outside. But sure, I guess you could say that. Jake shrugs. Lots of humans do it. There are whole parks set up for it. We pay to go sleep in tents and cook over fires and hike through bear country. It is fun. Fun? Fun? Grandpa used to say, Jake, if you can survive Earth, you can survive anywhere. I guess he was right. Jake laughs again, slapping his knee. I feel something inside me die. Just, completely cease to exist. Your grandfather, he trained you to survive Deathworlds as a child. For fun. Well, sure. Built character. Taught me self-reliance. Plus, you know, it was nice to get away from screens and technology and just be in nature, even if nature was actively trying to kill us sometimes. The interview ends. I do not even remember how. I just remember sitting there staring into the middle distance, while Jake cheerfully describes camping trips that sound like military survival training exercises. 3 days later, I send a formal notice to the Galactic Broadcasting Network. Ultimate Survivor Challenge is cancelled. Permanently. No second season. No redemption arc. Done. But to Kresh, that glorious, terrible executive, he calls me with a new idea. Zix'kal, the numbers are incredible. We do not need aliens suffering, we need more humans. New show concept. Humans do normal things, while aliens watch in horror. We film them doing everyday human activities, and we watch, that is it, pure gold. I want to say no. I want to retire. I want to move to a nice quiet moon somewhere and never think about humans again. But Jake has already signed on for 3 seasons. Talus Sode 1 airs 2 months later. Jake Morrison changes a car tire, in the rain, using a hand-cranked jack and manual labor. 4 billion viewers across 200 systems tune in to watch. The Galactic network's servers nearly crash. I am in therapy now. Weekly sessions. My therapist, a very patient Altuvian named Dr. Reshmar, asks me about my childhood, my stressors, my coping mechanisms. I am fine. I insist, twisting my sensory tendrils. I am handling this very well. I met a human who thinks being hunted for sport is fun bonding time with grandpa, and now I produce a show where we watch them perform basic tasks, and somehow this is the most successful program in galactic history, and I am fine. Dr. Reshmar makes a note on her datapad. And how does that make you feel? Before I can answer, my communicator buzzes. It is a message from Jake. He has attached photos from his childhood camping trips on Earth. There is Jake, age 7, standing next to a bear. There is Jake, age 10, crossing a raging river. There is Jake, age 12, at the summit of a mountain, grinning, with the caption "Low oxygen is fun." I scream. Dr. Reshmar adds another session to my schedule. And somewhere on Earth, Jake Morrison is probably planning his next camping trip, completely unaware that he has traumatized an entire galaxy of aliens who now understand that humans do not just survive Deathworlds. They vacation on them. For fun. The end.